So one of the better introductions I've had. So my name is Denis Morais. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at ShipConstructor Software, and I will be giving you a keynote today. So I actually thought I'd start my keynote with a slide of some of the features and enhancements that we've added in the last 2 years. So it's been about 2 years since our last user conference, and we've been working hard on implementing many features and enhancements that are required from a lot of our clients. So these are just a small subset. But I'd like to put your attention to the 147 new features and the 715 new user-driven enhancements. So if you actually do the math, that's over one feature or improvement every day since the last time we met. So I think this is a significant improvement in showing how ShipConstructor is continually adapting and evolving our product to meet the requirements of our clients. But the exciting part for me is not really what you see on these slides. It's what you don't see. And ShipConstructor has been working hard on improving our framework and our infrastructure to support new features, new functionality, as well as new products, a lot of which you'll be seeing in the next 3 days. I look better this way now, too. So I'm going to continue on from Darren's presentation on the continuous evolution of ShipConstructor. So in his presentation, he was going for explaining how ShipConstructor has evolved from a product-focused organization to more a solutions-focused organization. And this evolution has been a gradual change, even though we've had revolutionary type changes in our products. But these revolutionary type changes in our products have really come back with a lot of decisions and a lot of elbow grease to actually make those into our final product. But as ShipConstructor is standing here today as a different organization, as we even were standing up here 2 years ago, you and the organizations you represent are there sitting down as a different organization. And it's pretty obvious when you start looking at the way that you run your business, the products that you offer, the services that you offer, as well as the way that you actually create your product. Can we just get the lights a little bit higher? So I thought I'd take a moment and actually look at some of sorry, I lost my train of thought here. So some of the reasons why your organization has changed in the last 2 years. So what you hear a lot about why organizations change is you hear about disturbances. And disturbances is actually the reason why your organization's changed. But I really don't think that's true. And the reason being is because there's other companies that are affected by the same disturbance that have not changed, and in some cases are just not here today. So what causes change is the disturbance with adaptability. And the adaptability of allowing you and your organization to adapt to the disturbance and to make that disturbance as an opportunity. So disturbances can actually be opportunities. So again, just to look at some of the disturbances that you actually have right now. And this is just a small subset of the disturbances. So recession. In our last user conference, the recession was just hitting the shipbuilding industry. And we really didn't know how it was going to affect and play out. And you can start seeing how is the recession actually a opportunity. And the reason being is that many organizations took this opportunity to focus on what they are producing, the products, the services, and what their clients need, and ultimately are in a better position today. So they are producing better quality products, more services, and the way that they're creating their products. They've reduced inefficiencies and removed waste. So overall, even though your revenue is not as good as it was 2-3 years ago, you are in a healthier position to capitalize on new opportunities that await. So there's been a lot of changes in the marine environment in even the last 2 years. And a lot of these changes really affected your clients and what they're requesting from you. So there's been different types of ships being built or a different distribution of ships that are being built. There's new rules and regulations that your clients need to meet which propagate changes to your organization and what is required for you to deliver their requirements and needs. Then technology. Technology's been a disturbance for since I can remember, and will be a disturbance for at least the foreseeable future. And the three main technology disturbances that you usually hear is mobile, social, and cloud. And if you talk to a lot of people in the shipbuilding industry on how these disturbances or how these technologies actually affect the shipbuilding industry, many of them don't really see a position of those disturbances and how they would affect the shipbuilding industry. But what you see is, even in the last 6 months, that these technologies are actually being included into the shipbuilding industry. And a lot of it is because of how it affects our personal life, is really changing what we're expecting in our professional life. So for example, if you look at mobile devices, which virtually everyone has a mobile device, in your personal life, you virtually have access or available all the information you require to make decisions in your personal life. So you have your email, you have your contacts for your addresses, anniversaries, which recently married is very important for me. You have your maps to find out locations, and virtually any app you require to access information, you can have information available to make decisions. Now that's changed into our professional and spilled over. Now that when we get an email for work on our mobile device, not having information available to make the decisions that we want is very frustrating. So these disturbances and how they are affecting our personal life really is spilling over, and we're already seeing the trends of how they're affecting the shipbuilding industry. Another thing about technology is the ever-decreasing cost of technology. As time goes on, technology becomes significantly cheaper and becomes more cost-effective to add it into our product deliverable. So for an example would be laser scanning. Laser scanning just 2-3 years ago used to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you needed special software to process that information. Today, laser scanners cost around $30,000-$40,000, and you already have the software to process this information, ShipConstructor via AutoCAD. So this really allows new opportunity of adding new products into your product deliverable to your clients. So these are just some of the disturbances, and I really just want to focus on ShipConstructors is evolving, but so are our clients. And with changes and the way that your organization's changed has really changed the challenges that you actually have today. So the challenges you have today are different than they were 2 years ago. Or they may not be different, but you've reprioritized your challenges. So I'm just going to take another quick moment and look at some of those challenges. Improved deliverables. Your clients are asking for a better quality product with more information in a shorter amount of time. And it's pretty impossible to generate a better quality product with more information in a shorter amount of time without changing your challenges and the priorities that you have of your challenges. Managing information. The amount of information we need to manage today versus what we managed 2 years ago and will manage in 2 years from now is increasing at an exponential rate. One of the studies had over 80% of your data today has been generated in the last 2 to 3 years. So trying to get all this information, make your knowledge graph, and to make decisions on all this information that you have is being an increased challenge that we actually have in our organizations today. Reuse of information and your digital knowledge. There's many strategies of trying to reuse and leverage all the work that you've already done in your previous projects or previous departments, and to reuse and capitalize on that information so you don't have to regenerate and retranslate this information, which allows you again to be more efficient and have a higher quality product. With new challenges, we will require new functionality improvements to the current software products that you have today. So you need the current software products to adapt and to adjust and be tweaked to meet your requirements that have changed in the last 2 years. In your organization, you have many products that make up your marine solution, and they don't have a good flow of information between these products. And without having a good flow of information between these products, really has severe consequences if you're making decisions on inaccurate or inconsistent data. And then finally, the integration of information. So we have all these products. You really need to consume information into these products to make information available and make accurate decisions from it. So this takes you to where you are today at the ShipConstructor User Conference. And The theme of this conference, as has been mentioned through Mike and Darren, is empowered engineering. And again, as they were mentioning, that empowered engineering affects more than just the engineering team. It allows the engineering team to positively influence and affect all the other stakeholders that require information from the engineering team to ultimately maximize your business goals. So you'll see a common thread through all the presentations that you'll be seeing in the next 3 days. And it really revolves around your marine solution. So a marine solution is just a component of empowered engineering. So what are the components of marine solution? Well, it starts with products. Every good marine solution has products that make it up. Not the only component, but a significant portion of the marine solution. So every product in the marine solution is focused and specialized to solve a particular problem and solve it well. So there's 3 areas of products that you'll be seeing in the next 3 days through the user conference. The first one is existing products. So as we mentioned, our challenges have changed, and you need to have ShipConstructor to adapt to those changes. You'll see new features, new enhancements, as well as when you start using ShipConstructor, you'll see some performance improvements, user experience improvements, automation, and improved workflow. The second area of products is our new products. In the next 3 days, you'll be seeing a lot of new products from ShipConstructor, such as P&ID design validation, PCF generation, marine drafting, enterprise platform, electrical, and various other applications that you'll be seeing. So these products will allow you to improve your current product deliverable or allow you to include new components into your product deliverable that you will offer to your clients. And the last portion of the products, which is definitely not least, is our partner products. So SSI is fully aware that you need more than the ShipConstructor product suite to build and design a ship. And you can't just assume that you can pull a product into your marine solution and gain the maximum benefit of that product. So that's the reason why we have to work with our strategic partners to allow us to get the full benefit of those products in your marine solution. So in essence, your marine solution is greater than the sum of all the products. So the second is information. And information is really the currency of the marine solution. And a lot of it is to do with reusing of this information. So what you actually see from a lot of software vendors is a trend to have open accessibility or open architecture. And as you're well aware, ShipConstructor already has an open architecture with their SQL, our extensive APIs, as well as using the Dwig interoperability to access information. But this is really not the problem that we require to solve today. What clients are really asking for is rather than having information accessible, they need information available. It's a slight but very important difference. You kind of, I'll give an example on to illustrate that point. Just 2-3 years ago, we had the type of request that we had was to access information. So they wanted to get access information from our marine information model and produce a consumable format, which would be Excel, for example. This format would be created, it would be passed over the department wall, where it would be manipulated, cleansed, more information would be inputted, and then finally, it would have to be manually inputted or imported into another application, which in another department or stakeholders using, to actually have that information available. So there's many stages from having that information accessible to available. So what clients are again asking for is to automatically have this information available, so when the other stakeholder or department requires information, it's available, it's accurate, and it's up to date. So currency or information is similar to the currency. It hasn't really changed very much. The technology that generates the information or consumes the information has changed, but not information itself. And this is really has driven one of the philosophy behind one of the products that you'll see on day 3 called the enterprise platform. And the enterprise platform will allow the products in your marine solution to be tied to information, which doesn't change as much as the technology, allowing it to be a more scalable and sustainable solution. So we talked about the products generating of information. information itself as a currency. And the last component is workflow. It's how does this information flow through all the products in your marine solution. Virtually every product in your marine solution needs to consume information from another product and produces information that another product needs to consume. And for this, having the flow of information between these products can really maximize and add significant efficiency to your marine solution. The workflow really solves the 5 W's. What information do I need? When do I need this information? Where do I put this information? Who requires it? And why? What is the context of this information? So in the next 3 days, you'll see how ShipConstructor and our strategic partners are passing information through our products. And within the next 6 months, a year, you'll even see a continuous improvement on the integration and the seamless workflow between ShipConstructor and all the other products in your marine solution. So again, this is the common thread that you'll be seeing throughout the next 3 days at this user conference. So I think you heard me talk long enough. I appreciate for not falling asleep and looking like you're paying attention. I really look forward to talking to many of you and talking about your new challenges and seeing how ShipConstructor can solve them. Thank you very much.